Back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. This is a Sunday sports edition. We haven't been here like in a couple weeks. About 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah. The week before the Ravens played, that was the last time we before the Ravens played that playoff game. Yeah, man. I'm like, I don't know. A lot of people saying that it was rigged.
And it's only, let me tell you something. Game wasn't rigged.
Yeah.
Okay. Referees made the right call.
Yeah.
The Ravens offense lost that game. Let's just be honest.
They didn't show up.
They didn't show up. The offense didn't show up.
Yeah, they didn't
the
show
defense, up. You can only hold KC so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta score points, and the offense didn't do it.
And they're a championship team, man. You got to show up better than that. But I'm saying, like, so what was the game plan? They was like, Lamar didn't do the things that he usually do.
So
he ain't try to do the things that he usually do.
That's why I'm saying it on the aspect of is two things to me. Like, our offensive coordinator abandoned the run. Right?
Yeah.
So abandoned it.
Yeah,
and he tried.
I can say the abandon something. You got to start a little bit.
About 4 run plays.
Yeah,
maybe about 4 good runs.
So was he trying to throw the whole game?
Well, I think it was more or less so trying to let Lamar facilitate it. So it went back and forth. They went back and forth about, because we really don't know what the actual
game plan
was. But I couldn't see how Lamar could even figure out a game plan when our offensive line was allowing so much, you know what I mean? Like Lamar was under distress most of the time.
Yeah.
So in some instance, I think Lamar did overreact quite a bit through the game. And if he had a little bit more poise in the pocket, he could have made some good pass plays, because some of the pass plays that he made was like, to me, seemed like he was under distress.
He was rough. Do you buy that?
I don't know.
I don't buy that either, man. I think they didn't play like they usually play. Their game plan. Because if you look at the game before that, what was it? Who they played before that? And they won. The Texans. All right, so they was close with the Texans, and the Texans kind of seemed like the first half they had the Ravens number. So the Ravens went into the locker room, made adjustments, and came back out, and they, you know what I mean? And then that's when they took the game over. So why couldn't they do that this
because that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really paid attention to how the offensive, so Kansas City scored all their points in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't get nothing in the first half.
Yeah.
We was just scrambling back and forth, just trying to figure out something.
To see, that goes to my point, though. Ravens, the game before, and not just that game, but a few other games, the Ravens made adjustments. Right. And they came back in the second half, and they did it against Detroit, San Fran. They bust their ass in that second half.
But they ran the ball. So this is what I'm saying. So we didn't pick up our style of game until, to me, like a little bit after the third quarter. It would seem like we were still under the distress. I think the game would have came more to our favor if we'd have got back to our style of running the ball. That would have took a lot more pressure off of Lamar, and then we could have just dialed up better, offensive plays, because soon we got into the after the halftime, the defense kicked in. You know what I'm saying? But then, we couldn't still muster up nothing, and then we, Zay Flowers, unfortunately, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if that pass play that he, the ball got knocked out of his hand, because that was pretty much a touchdown right there.
Hold on. Yeah, but that touchdown would have tied it. You still wouldn't have won with that touchdown.
Yeah.
No, we had
you wouldn't have won with that touchdown.
Yeah, that was.
So let me say this for a non-Raven fan about what happened in that game. You had the game plan to come run. Mm-hmm. What y'all didn't take advantage of is the fact that KC front four is some bullies, okay? Mm-hmm. And they bullied your offensive line to force you not to run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Cleveland was like that too.
Listen,
Cleveland Browns was bullies. Like they was, to me, and the coach.
But we're not talking about Cleveland and the coach.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
we're talking about how KC front four bullied the Ravens offensive line through that game, which entailed stopped y'all from running. Y'all couldn't get past that front four. So all they had to do is switch them linebackers with some D-backs, and now y'all can't pass.
Well, but what I'm saying is, man, we've been faced with that before. So like, I ain't seen no screen passes, like nothing.
Because their front four is fast.
Okay,
you can't do a screen pass in the front four if the tackle is the same speed as your running back.
You don't abandon nothing. I mean, you keep trying. We abandon it. Like we just totally left.
If you keep trying and keep failing it, how do you win?
We ain't trying enough. We ain't
tried enough. You did what you thought you could do, and then you figured out you couldn't do it.
No, man.
Yeah.
You can't keep going to the well expecting to get water and still don't get nothing.
No, we ain't stick to it.
Dude, because let me ask you a question.
Because some cases, right, you got two halves to this game. Like you know,
you don't have two halves to this game.
That's what I'm saying. Like we still could try to persevere through it if we put effort in trying. You know what I'm saying? Like we just totally say, oh no, we ain't gonna do it no more.
Listen, because one, y'all ain't like y'all playing anybody in a regular season. Y'all playing the defending Super Bowl champions, okay? So for you to keep saying, yo, we're gonna keep running, and get 1 and 2 yards of play, okay, keep running the ball, that is not gonna lead y'all to where y'all trying to go.
So but through the regular season though, we played 5. What we beat, like 5 or 6 playoff teams or teams, you know what I mean?
Over 500 teams.
Listen,
5 or
Lamar's record in the playoffs right now is 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 and 4. Okay, so whatever he did,
2 years, he had injuries.
His playoff record is 2 and 4.
Okay,
so whatever he did in the regular season, he doesn't do in the playoffs, regardless.
I mean, but that everybody keeps
he
talking
throws a pass to himself.
No, that was a deflected pass.
Exactly, and he picked it up. Why was it deflected? Because he ran into the heart of their defense and tried to run and throw the ball instead of going outside.
He tried to force a pass.
Right. He stayed in the pocket when we all know that that's not Lamar's per game.
Yeah.
He stayed in the pocket, tried to throw the ball, and just like I've been saying, KC front 4 is no joke.
I'm not disputing that. And Cleveland Browns, when they number 2 in the NFL.
Cleveland Browns and the Chiefs are 2 different teams.
Well, I think I would argue that the Cleveland Browns, because of their familiarity and they number 2, I think that would probably give Cleveland an edge over.
Listen,
as far as like when they play the
you're talking defending Super Bowl champions.
That's true. You can't discount that.
That has the best quarterback in the game right now. And your defense is on the field blowing the offense.
Man, they didn't really do nothing.
Who didn't really do nothing?
Kansas City offense.
Yeah. They didn't do nothing, man.
They did everything they were supposed to do, which was win.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't. I think the Ravens offense, if they had a better game plan.
They did the same game. Y'all didn't beat y'all. Name one play besides and not even the play that that Flowers got the touchdown one, because he got that back. So name one play that y'all did that beat yourselves with.
That play,
nothing. You can't one.
No.
KC disrupted every one of y'all plays that y'all thought you were going.
Well, I think
it's a couple.
The way we beat ourselves, I would say, is that we didn't play our game, and then we didn't make any adjustments.
Again, right. If you don't play your game, it's a reason that you're not playing your game.
Right, I understand.
Just like okay,
but here's the thing, though. Why would you not? This is you one and done, right? So this is what I'm saying. Like, what were they in their mindset? What you think they was waiting on?
So you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. KC front 4 is too fast. Them boys was too physical. So you can't, and we all know that the Ravens run north and south. Ravens don't run east and west. So you keep trying to run up that gut in the middle between them tackles. KC is on that. So you're getting second and third longs.
Yeah.
Okay? But you have a better chance of putting the ball in Lamar's hands, like they did, and letting him see what's going on and letting him run instead of giving it to a running back.
I'm not disputing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I still say we should have. I mean, like we got Devin Cook. Like we didn't even use Hill as much.
Cook didn't even come in the game.
No, right. That was So this is what I'm saying. Like the whole mindset to me, it was like we didn't put forth enough for the
what did say?
Greg Neal said Zay Flowers didn't keep his head.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? When this was Zay Flowers, overall, I think his season was good. And he did seem like he got out of his game a little bit. But I think that Zay Flowers, this was his first playoff.
Zay
this year.
Was the best thing on y'all's team.
Yeah, he showed up this year.
And let me tell you, he had one play, and that didn't even count against y'all with the chart.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Other than that, he catching touchdowns for y'all.
One in the end zone.
Yeah, well, it got knocked away.
Yeah, Fumble got knocked out. So, but who else on y'all team was doing anything?
No.
Wasn't Lamar. Wasn't y'all $18 million player, Odell?
Yeah.
Wasn't Bateman.
No.
Yeah.
He was the best thing on the field. If it wasn't for him, y'all wouldn't have had no points.
All right, well, let me ask you this. So who do you blame this on? Do you blame this on Lamar or do you blame this on the coaches thing?
Listen, in the playoffs, and I hate to say it, on the playoffs, it's the players. And it's all on Lamar.
Yeah.
It's all on Lamar. You pay Lamar $60 billion for a year, and this dude can't win your playoff game.
Yeah.
He can't get you to that next level.
Yeah. All right. So, now what, I'm sorry, read that question, Mike.
Greg Neal said, I would have tried Dalvin Cook out in the backfield who can catch out.
Yeah, I mean that
right.
makes sense. That would have made sense.
And that's what the Ravens should have did. Put Dalvin Cook in and do some screens, go east and west, take advantage of speed.
You know what I mean?
So that's coaching because when the Ravens picked up Cook, that's what I thought they was going to use him. But they, you know what I mean? That's how I thought they was going to use him.
But the problem is with that situation, is KC understands that.
Right. But what I'm saying is we in a distress, right? So we know we won and done. You do whatever you got to take to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you put the ball in who? Your best player hands. And that's what they did.
Well, in the past, it's not Lamar, and I get it. So, but at the end of the day, we had too many weapons.
Lamar shouldn't be your $60 million player. That if you can't put the ball in his hands to win the game.
No, we got.
He's just the driver.
He's just right.
No, he's everything. He's the driver.
No, he's not everything.
He like the pilot. He like one of those pilots that work in the Air Force.
Like, you don't
you put him in the.
Come on, y'all talking football.
Yeah, we're talking football.
The Ravens fans making comments about Lamar, not this. Lamar is your quarterback. Your quarterback.
I agree with that. But I'm saying, man, the way we got to where we were, we used our weapons.
No,
there was a team effort. No.
We used our weapons.
Let me ask you a question. Did you have 1,000-yard rush on your team this year?
No.
Did you have 1,000-yard receiver on your team this year?
No.
Okay.
You proving our point.
Let me finish. Is Lamar going to be MVP this year?
Yes, he is.
Thank you.
All right.
That's my point.
All right, let me make my point. The reason why we don't have a 1,000-yard receiver or a 1,000-yard running back is because we won by committee. We had everybody was contributing. Our tight end was contributing.
Who runs the committee?
Zay Flowers.
Who runs the committee?
Zay Flowers was
he got everybody involved.
Who runs the committee?
That's what made the Ravens so dangerous because they had so many different weapons.
Who runs the committee, first of all? Lamar. Lamar throws to every one of those guys you were talking about.
Right.
Lamar makes the decision to throw to every one of those guys you
the game plan comes down from the coach.
But Lamar makes the plays.
He executes.
He executes. That's why we got an offensive coordinator. Right. Todd Monken was calling most of the plays throughout the whole regular season, man.
Listen, if you're a Ravens fan, you don't want to blame Lamar.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying
I'm not blaming Lamar.
Lamar is the what drives the ship of the Ravens.
And we're not disputing that.
What you are disputing?
No.
You're trying to say Lamar.
No, what I'm saying is we didn't play to our strengths.
What is your strength? What's your strength?
Just everybody, try to get everybody involved.
Dude, if Kansas City is on them, this is not basketball where everybody touches the ball at least once before you shoot. But you gotta be open. If you look at that game and watch that game, you're $18 million player. And Odell Beckham Jr. caught one pass, and he was covered the whole game.
All right, so
the whole game.
So it wasn't you. So what you're saying is what nothing the Ravens could do in that game.
Listen, what I'm saying to you is this: whatever the Ravens was going to do, they didn't do it because Kansas City wouldn't allow them to do it.
I ain't going.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That's how offensive defense works.
I'm not.
You have a game plan. The defense has a game.
You
plan.
Can't even see the whole entire game when you watch it.
But the problem is,
I ain't going with that.
What worked? Except for Flowers. What y'all trying to say he may cost y'all the game. He was your game. He was your offense.
I think
if that's the case, he got open. Right. So you don't think Likely couldn't get open?
Did he?
No. I didn't throw the ball really too much to him. So it was seeming to me the game plan was to put Lamar and Likely into this
They didn't have a contingency plan. So all right. So when you take,
we stayed with plan A instead of going with plan B.
Y'all had plan A because at the beginning of the game, y'all were running the ball. I'm gonna tell you this, and this is what Ravens fans, y'all took KC lightly as Ravens fans.
No, man, we ain't taking KC lightly.
Let me finish. Y'all was Super Bowl chanting before y'all even stepped on the field with KC.
Man.
And I'm gonna tell you this: if you look at most of the blogs and most of the fan bases, y'all was already in the Super Bowl. Had people listen. Y'all had people buying tickets to go to LA. I mean to Las Vegas before y'all even played the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all game plan was to come in. We're gonna do what we always do, and we're gonna get what we get. Win. KC wasn't having it.
yeah,
Because KC's front four knew exactly.
So
how
let me
to
ask
handle
you
the
something.
situation.
So if there was an agenda, right, and from a standpoint on KC, because KC came in, you know what I mean, pretty much, they beat Buffalo, right?
Mm-hmm. And they weren't supposed to win that game.
Right.
who Kansas City?
No,
They weren't supposed to win.
no.
Kansas City was favored and the Ravens was favored. I mean, Buffalo and the Ravens.
So this is what I'm saying. This is and basically, they didn't do too much in Buffalo either, and they didn't do too much. Okay, they defense still stepped up, then they played a stout, consistent game, but we still scored.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to grasp is that, to me it seemed like we played a subpar game instead of playing the game that we played to get us to where we was at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's from two aspects of the game. It's coaching and it was Lamar.
Yeah.
That's it.
Listen, when you in a championship game, you can't sit and say that we played a subpar game.
We
You
did.
can't use championship materials. You played the game that y'all thought was going to win y'all the game.
No.
And that's not even put in the front. That remember, let's remember.
So let's say
Lamar
we was
threw
trying
an
to pass the
interception
ball,
in
we
the
had
end zone.
drop passes, right?
But did you?
No,
exactly.
because we wasn't really throwing the ball like
No,
that.
y'all was always throwing the ball.
I mean, but not like that, man. We wasn't splitting the ball.
Dude,
We wasn't dividing it around enough.
Please defy not like that.
It wasn't like that, man.
Y'all threw the ball 70% of the time.
Yeah,
in the
but I
second
mean,
quarter.
I'm saying, but it wasn't. We wasn't accurate. Right?
No, y'all wasn't open. That's the
open
key.
with
You wasn't
all
open.
right. My thing is, before we move on, to our next topic, my thing is I don't put this all on Lamar. I just think it was the coaches didn't.
They were supposed to bail him out.
Yeah, they ain't really get Lamar out of the situation.
Bail him out.
Listen. Last time I checked, Harbaugh doesn't throw an interception in the touchdown.
That's true. But I'm saying,
last time I checked, Harbaugh doesn't throw a pass, get batted, and catches it and running for another 12, 15 yards.
Yeah.
Okay. Last time I checked, Harbaugh doesn't play it down.
Well, if they don't need him, then he shouldn't be there. Then last time.
Exactly.
Listen.
And so he gotta contribute.
So
something
what happened to Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
lost because we didn't play. Our defense sucked ass. Look at that. I'll tell you that in a minute.
All right. Well, I want to talk about LeBron James. Get into this LeBron James discussion because the other night, let me see, the Lakers played. Who they played? They played the Celtics without LeBron James. They played without Anthony Davis. But the game before that, LeBron said he need everybody to show up and do their job. And then so when LeBron is not there, everybody showed up and they did their job. So my question is, do y'all think that LeBron is more holding these guys back? Is he more so holding these guys back than like facilitating a successful season?
I think it's like if you look at The Last Dance and see what the teammates thought about Jordan and how Jordan was like, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. I think the same thing is going on over in LA. He's facilitating how he thinks things should run.
Who, LeBron?
Yeah. Things need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. And some of them young dudes is like, sometimes they just want to run.
Yeah.
These young dudes today is like, I don't even know what a half-court game is. I just want to run up and down the court.
I think LeBron, because like he seems like he's trying to chase destiny. He's trying to chase Mike. He want to be, you know what I mean? He want to be Mike.
See, and that's the thing. See, I think LeBron, he's not going to catch Mike.
No.
But the problem about the situation between the GOAT, between LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan is this. The older generation remember how Jordan played.
Mm-hmm.
This generation does not, they only see what advertised.
What's presented to them, right?
But they have seen Kobe play.
Right.
So now their discussion is really between Kobe and LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, okay, I think LeBron is chasing Kobe and not Jordan.
That's what I think.
Okay, because this generation will tell you in a minute that LeBron is the king. Okay, just like the generation that grew up in the 60s and 70s would tell you Dr. J was the man, Wilt Chamberlain was the man, you know, stuff like that. It's each generation has their own superstar.
Yeah.
And right now, Kobe is in between both generations. You know what I'm saying? The new generation is seeing Kobe, and the old generation is seeing Kobe. So in my mind, Kobe is number 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how many points LeBron scores, Kobe still to me is number 2.
Yeah, Kobe to me is ahead of LeBron too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the longer LeBron play, I think the more LeBron gets exposed. Because you know, like I said, when he didn't play, those kids played their game. He really is a detriment to them on defense, because he don't really contribute anything on defense. He's standing around.
Right.
Then on offense, like LeBron is just so ball dominant. Like the other guys are really not moving like they're supposed to. So that don't really allow those younger guys to get into a rhythm.
And you know LeBron does the fast breaking.
So what Greg Neal say in the Boston game?
In the Boston game, it looked like it.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. Like it seemed like he more of a
he says
in that Boston game, it seemed like he was more so, you know, I mean, it was like addition by subtraction.
Tim Legler said the LeBron Jordan race was over a long time ago.
Yeah. But see, I mean, a lot of people, and I'm glad people realize that LeBron and Jordan race was over a long time ago, because the media seemed like, some people in the media seem like they trying to pump it up another different way.
But see, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not over, because this generation have seen LeBron play.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to vote for LeBron.
Never race to me. But back to what you were saying, Mike.
Because you've seen Jordan play.
Yeah.
I've seen Jordan. We all seen Jordan play in his prime. We done seen Jordan take the best defensive team and make them look like they not even on the floor.
Yeah.
We've seen that. This generation has not witnessed that. This generation has witnessed LeBron James win championships no matter what the cost.
Yeah.
So no matter if I got to go play with 3 superstars, I'm going to win. If I got to, this whole build superstar teams, that comes from LeBron. Truthfully.
Right. And do you think that hurt LeBron's legacy? Like the fact that LeBron played for the Miami Heat, he played for Cleveland 2 times.
Yeah.
But see, that's
but I'm saying, but that's what separated him from Kobe for me, because Kobe stayed at the Lakers.
Well, you got Kobe, Mike,
right.
Magic, Isaiah, Larry Bird, all those guys, they played for one team. They played for one town.
And they developed superstars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They developed them superstars on their team.
Right.
But that's the difference between the 2 generations.
Well,
and basketball now, that's just not gonna happen.
They created a culture too. Like each one of those teams had their own style of play. Like you had Magic and them, they was Showtime. Then you had Detroit, they was they was bad boys. And then you had Boston, they had their own style and their culture and everything. Chicago. But now, like with this LeBron, and then you got KD, these guys moving all around, they don't really get to establish like a culture. You know what I mean? So they just trying to, like, it's like when you go to the park and you trying to pick up the best dudes. Yeah. And then if y'all lose, then you want to pick up, you pick up another team that you think is going to be successful. But
this NBA is more of me. It's a me.
It is a me. And then, like I said, the longer LeBron play, I think the more it exposes him. And
but see, we need to watch before the trade deadline. I think the trade deadline, is it this week, Mikey, or next week?
I think it's next week, the trade deadline.
We need to watch, because 2 things is going to happen. One, LeBron is not on a championship team. Mm-hmm. He knows that. And if he's trying to run legacy, he has to get on another team.
All right, well, let me
This
ask you this.
weekend.
Oh, this week is
This
a.
weekend.
Let me ask you this. So if you are a team and you have the potential of making it to the championship, like, do you even need LeBron?
No.
And like what he brings to the table?
No.
It's
No.
Because
see,
Boston.
that's a twofold question. That's
All
a
right,
twofold question.
Go ahead.
Because I will answer this and say yes.
You think?
And the reason I will answer this and say yes is because you can't get worse with LeBron.
Yes, you can.
No,
Yes,
I don't think you can get worse.
I mean, but that's what
I don't
Mike
think
was
you
saying.
can get worse with LeBron.
Okay.
If he goes to a team that's already established, like if LeBron goes to somewhere like Milwaukee, Milwaukee can't get worse with LeBron.
Yeah, because Milwaukee now don't play no defense. We're gonna get into Milwaukee.
Right. They don't play no defense, but they still at the top of the division.
Right.
Okay. So you can't get any worse. Now, somebody like the Knicks pick up LeBron, they can get worse. Because the Knicks are run and gun. We're gonna run you out the building type team now.
Right. You bring
It depends. Right.
Yeah.
They don't play that half court team anymore. They run.
Yeah. And let me say something about like the half court game and LeBron. Because LeBron is like one of the only superstars that came throughout history that don't have a signature shot. And by that I mean like Kareem had the sky hook.
Right.
So coming down the stretch, that sky hook was an easy shot to get off. Magic had like that little running jumper hook. You know what I mean?
In the line.
Mike and Kobe, both of those guys had that fadeaway. That they, you know what I mean? So they had shots that was indefensible. LeBron don't have a shot unless he coming downhill. And now everybody in the league know not to let LeBron come downhill. You know, so and that's the same thing with Giannis over in Milwaukee. Like Giannis is good as long as he's in an open court, or if you let Giannis go downhill on you, then you can't play him. But they, you know what I mean? Come playoff times, people not letting you do that. They're not going to allow you to do that.
Right.
So, but like back to my other point, if LeBron wouldn't fit in with like Boston because of how Boston, you know what I mean? He wouldn't be able to help Boston. He wouldn't. I don't think he'd be able to help Milwaukee either, just for the simple fact that he is a liability on defense, and not only on defense, but he is too ball dominant. He don't move without the ball anyway. You know what I mean? By him being a point guard.
And
Greg Neal said that may be true.
He said that may be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, LeBron's, to me, in my opinion, LeBron's best fit would probably be Miami.
With Miami.
Yeah. Probably be Miami because Jimmy Butler is not happy.
Yeah.
He don't have anybody else that can score with him. You know what I'm saying? But Miami has a core where as though they play hard defense. And if they can get another score on their team, they might be able to make a run like they did last year. But my whole concept is LeBron.
What you say, Mike?
Bam doing this thing.
Bam.
Averaging
Oh yeah, I like Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is Jimmy even playing? I thought Jimmy was hurt for like
Jimmy Butler is hurt.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's hurt.
Jimmy Butler
I
hurt.
don't even think they've been able to go off.
But see,
together.
Right.
All right.
So I think it's just LeBron. Just if he wants to win another championship, he can't play for the Lakers.
No, he can't.
Can't play for the Lakers.
I don't think LeBron.
Even Dwayne Wade average took a hit, so Brunson would suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's true. You make a good point, Greg. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that too. That's why I'm saying that, like, I can't see a team that's in contention where LeBron would fit in.
Yeah, but dude, it's LeBron. I mean, he whatever he's gonna do, he's gonna bring your fans. He's gonna bring some points.
He stayed at Lakers.
So
Yeah,
Stay at the Lakers.
he ain't gonna win.
he not.
See,
And I'm thinking
that's the whole thing. His if he's playing basketball now just for his legacy, it means he needs another championship.
Okay, but I mean,
He can't go out like remember how Jordan went out.
right?
Okay.
Played baseball, came back.
all right.
No,
you mean
but
when he was at the Wizards?
right?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was at the Wizards, and when he went to Charlotte
Right.
after the Wizards.
He ain't playing Charlotte, did he?
I thought he was like a player coach at Charlotte at one point in time.
Oh, I don't remember that. I know. All right, so let's talk about Jordan at the Wizards as opposed to versus LeBron at the Lakers. I think Jordan at the Wizards had less talent than what LeBron got now at the Lakers.
Yeah. Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Did he have Agent Zero?
no. He had Jahadi White. He had
What was draft Kwame Brown?
what was the he had Kwame. What was the dude the point guard he had? Tag man. Jordan
Hey,
had
producer, can you pull up that Wizards roster for us, please?
Jordan had less talent around him when he was at the Wizards. I know he had Jahadi White.
Because
He had Whitney, the guard Whitney. Who else he had?
what year
Chris
was that?
Whitney. What year was that?
98?
No. That was in the early 2000s. Yeah, that was early 2000s. He had Chris Whitney, Jahadi White, the dude with the braids. He had Haywood.
The year before Jordan got there.
He had Brandon Haywood. Yeah, but I'm telling you, Jordan did not have. And then on top of that, Jordan was a better team player than LeBron.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
But all right, so how, if you are like offense, you're a facilitator of the offense. How do you let a dude like Mike be a better offensive, a better team player than you?
Because Jordan is Jordan.
Well, the thing is,
Jordan is Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan is Jordan. But the thing is, people didn't give Jordan the credit because they said, he's just interested in scoring. But Jordan to set his players up, like he would draw the double team. And if you was open, you gonna hit. He give you the ball. He expect you to hit that shot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Steve Kerr said that.
Yeah. So he expect you to hit that shot, and that's the kind of trust that Jordan developed with certain ball players.
Yeah.
Paxson, Steve Kerr. What was the dude that got banned from the league?
Alexander.
Courtney Alexander. Hubert Davis.
Hamilton, Brennan Hayward, Papa Jones, Michael Jordan.
Papa Jones.
Hey, Rick Hamilton.
Tyronn Lue, Tyrone Nesby, Bobby Simmons.
That team.
Hold up, now. Hold. That team is better than what the
No.
LeBron playing with.
Who?
Who's LeBron playing with now besides AD?
He played with Rip Hamilton.
Right.
Rip Hamilton was good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Rip
Washington is better than what LeBron.
No. Who else besides Rip Hamilton?
Lue.
Tyronn Lue. The same Tyronn Lue that got stepped over. Allen stepped over.
Okay, you got the one. Yo, name somebody on the Lakers besides AD.
Yo, you got AD and then that dude is playing. That other dude is balling out. Who's that white boy?
You can't hold. Or first of all, you can't say he balling out. Don't know his name. You can't say he balling out.
Austin Reeves.
Is his name Reeves?
Yeah,
that dude is balling out.
Dude, we don't even know who he is, yo. We guessing what his name is.
You see how he played against
looked like
Boston.
He should be a software engineer, but he played for the Lakers.
I'm not saying anything good. I'm just saying that if you go with that Jordan first, hey Mikey, can you look up and see?
Stackhouse was the second best player. I'm sorry. Greg Neal said that in the comments.
Oh, okay. Stackhouse. All right, yeah.
So and I think
appreciate that, Greg.
I think they went to the Did the Wizards go to the playoffs?
I think they did make the playoffs.
Before Jordan got there?
No, I think they made the playoffs when Jordan got there.
So they finished this season. This was the 01-02 season, 37-45, 5th in the NBA Atlantic Division.
They didn't go to playoffs.
Oh, all right.
But what would they get? What was their record the year before that, though?
I think he played again the year after.
I think he played 2 years.
Right. I think 2 years.
Yeah, Mike played 2 years.
I'm thinking the year that Mike. I don't know why.
He played 01, 02, and 02, 03.
So what was their record in 99, 01?
I think they was
2000.
They was 500.
2001.
Yeah.
They was 19-63.
What about 99, 2000? I'm trying to figure out what year.
99, 2000.
They didn't start going to the playoffs until they got
Chris Webber, though, right?
No. What's the dude? Agent Zero.
Agent Zero. Yeah, Gilbert Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas. Yeah, but Mike, I'm telling you, Mike ain't had a kind of
29 and 53 in 99, 2000.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about did y'all hear what Rasheed Wallace said about Mike not being a good defensive ball player? Did y'all hear that?
No.
Did you hear that?
Mm-mm.
All right, so Rasheed Wallace gave an interview to somebody where he said that
I'm sorry, that next year he got Juan Dixon.
Juan Dixon.
Like,
Yeah.
it was on there, Juan Dixon. I thought that makes a difference.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. LeBron got more talent around him now than
Michael Jordan had more talent.
No.
Brian Courtnall, Juan Dixon,
Yeah.
Anthony Goldwire, Brennan Haywood, Larry Hughes, Jared Jeffries, Michael Jordan, Kristen Ladner, Tyronn Lue, Charles Oakley, Byron Russell, Bobby Simmons, Jerry Stackhouse, Ethan Thomas, Jackie White. This was that
Stackhouse and Rip Hamilton. Charles Oakley, he was 63. Charles Oakley.
But yet, name other person other than AD that's on them Lakers that LeBron's playing with.
LeBron supposed to be the man. Then you got
So Jordan was supposed to be
AD.
the man when he went.
Yeah. That's the reason why they was as successful. They played a little bit. They played like around about 500.
And let's not remember, LeBron has played in the league longer than what Jordan was playing in the league.
Exactly.
This is true.
Exactly.
Okay, so LeBron is older.
Oh, so they traded Rip for Stackhouse. So Stackhouse and Rip didn't even get to play together. But look,
It wasn't a good idea because then Rip go to the Pistons and get a
Yeah,
championship.
championship.
That probably was no good idea.
yeah. So look, now what do y'all think about Rasheed Wallace saying that Mike was not a good defensive ball player?
Greg said, y'all know Rasheed Wallace smokes a lot of weed.
Yeah.
I think it's the same element that's going on right now where all these ex-NBA players have these podcasts and they want to talk about things that keep you interested.
Yeah.
Rasheed Wallace know goddamn well that he couldn't stick Mike.
Yeah.
He know goddamn well that he wasn't putting up no triple-double against Mike.
Yeah.
Rasheed Wallace knows exactly what happened in that Michael Jordan era. But he says what he say because it keeps us talking about him on our podcast, and it keeps everybody else talking about him. But he know goddamn well that Mike played defense, Mike played offense, if it was special teams, Mike would play special teams.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike played it all. He was the complete player, all-around player.
Yeah, he definitely know that.
And not only did Mike play defense, though, Mike was a smart ball player. Cause
Right.
like Mike was like if you had, you know what I mean, like their best. Mike never really he ain't have to play their best because of Scotty. But if you was a scorer and you was at number 2, Mike will pick you up, and you might score 18 or 20 points, but your percentage, he gonna make you a volume shooter.
Listen, to me, in my situation, in my generation, what I watch basketball, to me, there's only been 3 complete ball players in my generation: Jordan, Magic, and Kobe. Okay, that can do.
What's
everything.
up, Clay?
Okay, they've been the ones that can do everything.
Yeah.
You can count on them to play defense on the best player on the team. You can count them to get those points that you need in going down the stretch.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can count on them to facilitate where it needs to go for the best shot of that.
So you saying to you, Mike, Kobe, and Magic was the 3 complete.
Was the 3 best.
Like they were like two-way players.
Right. They played both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And they wanted the ball with 10 seconds left. You down by 1, and they wanted it.
Now, all right. So Mike and Kobe was two-way players. Magic wasn't known for his defense though. Magic was like, he was more of a team defensive player.
Let me tell you something. How many point guards you know was averaging over him?
Well,
his first season, he came and played center in the championship game and won.
Not only they had good on-ball defenders at LA when Magic was there. You know what I mean? That's number 1. And then they play exceptional team ball. You know what I mean?
Right.
Team ball defense.
Right.
So Magic wasn't. I ain't saying Magic was a slouch on defense, but
put it this way: Magic played their best player.
He would have played who's best player?
The team's best player.
Yeah.
So if those Lakers was playing the Lakers of now, Magic would be playing LeBron. Just like I think Kobe would be playing LeBron.
Kobe, because those dudes like Kobe and Mike, they take that challenge. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what exactly.
But sometimes as a coach, though, you don't want Mike and Kobe taking that challenge because you know what I mean? Because you're gonna need them to do other things.
Yeah, but as a coach, how you gonna deny somebody saying like, "Yo, I want that"?
Oh, sometimes Mike did get out there and be like, you know,
I don't care what you do, I want him one-on-one.
Or Kobe too. Kobe, like, if you can't stop. But then you had Mike Cooper with Magic. You know what I mean? You had Michael Cooper had to play Bird all the time.
Right, but you know, I mean, that's what teams does. But when you're talking about what Rasheed Wallace said, that Jordan didn't play any defense, is a bunch of shit because it's like I said, to me, there's only 3 players that I can count on to be dominant on both sides of the ball.
Two-way ball players.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, Rasheed has his reasons, but
like Greg said, Rasheed did smoke weed.
Yeah.
To his defense. Yeah. So all right, yeah, man. So we gonna get off of that. I want to get back on. I want to get to another subject real quick about y'all know that Doc Rivers recently got that job with the Milwaukee Bucks. So
Greg Mills said throw a bad pass and see if Magic don't pick it up and start that break.
Yeah. I mean, Magic, Greg, I ain't saying he was no slouch. You know what I mean? Magic definitely wasn't no slouch on defense. And them dudes, that was just a whole different generation. They was just ultra competitive. You know what I mean? But yeah. But so now with Doc Rivers, he just got that job at Milwaukee. Do y'all think it's a bad look though? Like, do y'all think that Giannis ran this dude out of town? Giannis and what's the guard name?
Yeah, they ran him out
Giannis
of town.
and Dame Lillard. Yeah. They ran him out of town.
Right. Yeah,
so, but the thing I want to talk about, what a lot of people not really talking about, is like with black coaches, right? When it seems like the young ball players have like a different approach and a different attitude when it comes to these two black coaches. They find it easier to be like more disrespectful or challenge the authority of a black coach. And let me give y'all some examples. Like for instance, Mike Brown, when he was at Cleveland, him and LeBron didn't really hit it off too tough. And then, you know what I mean? That kind of hurt Mike Brown's career. And Mark Jackson's situation is not a player-coach thing, but just think about what Mike Brown's legacy would have been at Cleveland had him and LeBron been able to hit it off. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think if LeBron would have stayed in Cleveland with Mike Brown, and they would have been able to hit it off, LeBron probably would have 3 championships in that city.
No.
You don't think so? They got one.
They got one, but no.
You don't think he would have got 2 or 3? I mean, all right, so that's up for debate.
Because first of all, you got Kyrie Irving.
Right.
Who knows what Kyrie Irving is going to show up for you and when it went out. LeBron knew that. They knew Kyrie Irving is a cancer in any locker room he in.
Yeah.
So he knows that. But to talk about your situation,
so
coaches are never going to be looked at like players. Coaches get paid 10 times less than what a player gets. So if you think your superstar player is unhappy with the way he's coaching, you think the owner's not going to get rid of that coach?
Yeah.
You're just bullshitting yourself.
Well, let me say this though. Now, that's what I'm saying. All right. So, all right, LeBron was at Miami. Him and Spoelstra, they had like a little tiff at one time. LeBron, Pat Riley let it be known that Spoelstra is my man. Spoelstra is my man, and Spoelstra is not going nowhere. So either you need to, because we have a culture. This culture starts from at the top. So this dude represent me, and then so it's either you know what I mean? You gonna either fall in plan. That's probably why he left. Well, because he wasn't able to manipulate that situation.
Right, but you got to remember with their situation in Miami, LeBron wasn't the top tier. Let's be honest. He wasn't the top tier. It was Dwayne. Wade put that whole nucleus together. LeBron wasn't the top tier. Matter of fact, out of those championships that they won, you can't name one game that LeBron took over.
Well, I mean, I'm not even going to argue that point, because my point is these young black basketball players find it easy to disrespect the coach. But anytime, like say for instance, when they play with the white guys, like Tim Duncan, what they always say about Tim Duncan, he's very coachable. You know what I mean? What's the other guy? Trey. What's the dude name in Atlanta? Trey what?
Why is it disrespectful?
Trey Young. Him and Nate. What you say?
Why is it disrespectful if a player can't say, even if he black or white, that the coach sucks?
Well, it's as a player, it's not even it's not your position to publicly.
Yeah.
No, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not.
Yeah, if you're a professional, yes, it is.
No.
Mike,
did you ever see Mike do that publicly to Phil Jackson?
He did it to the owner. I mean, the general manager.
No.
You gotta look at the Last Dance. He didn't like the general manager.
Yeah, but how the Last Dance came out 20 years after he retired.
He told the general manager, "I believe me."
But publicly, my point is publicly, you do not. It's not your position. It's not your place to chastise your coach or the general manager.
Listen,
if you got a house in beef,
if you can't coach, if you black, white, Latino, Mexican, Martian, if you can't coach, I'm not going to sit there and let you try to coach me if I'm a $10 million player.
Just because you're making money, that don't mean you know what you're doing, though.
If I'm making the most money, that absolutely does mean I know what I'm doing because you're paying me to do it.
You the player.
Right, you're paying me to play. And if this coach is not calling the right plays, that's going to put me and my teammates in the right position to win. How do I keep silent on
That's what I'm saying. All right, so you got Giannis who calls the coach out, and he kind of passive aggressive. But now Giannis is in a position now where they're not playing no defense. Their team don't have no chemistry. But if you stay in your lane. But they didn't get past Miami last year.
But they're on the top this year. He didn't get fired.
They're not getting past. Not getting past Boston this year.
We don't know that.
I know that.
That hasn't come yet.
I know that. The way Boston looked this year, they're not going nowhere.
Listen, the way Boston looked last year.
And then on top of that, Dame Lillard don't play no defense.
Dame Lillard never played defense.
All right, well, you need defense. What wins championship?
I'm sorry.
What wins championship?
Do you think they picked Dame Lillard up for his defense? No, they picked him up to score points.
And the defense, all right. The defense went to where? Boston. And how Boston looked with that dude, Drew Holiday.
Okay.
He an on-ball dog. He a dog. On the ball, he a dog.
Right now, who's on the top of the NBA?
Boston.
Who's on the
Boston is my pick.
No, I'm not asking you to pick. I'm saying who's number one right now in the East?
It's probably Boston. It got to be Boston.
I think it's Milwaukee because
it's Boston.
Doc Rivers is doing the All-Star game, isn't he?
Yeah, it's Boston. You got two dogs on defense. You got Drew, and you got that dude White. What's the dude named White, Dirk White or something up there in Boston? Them dudes is dogs.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah, Boston.
Boston number one.
The
Bucks number two.
Listen, it doesn't matter who is doing what in the middle of the season. Look at what Miami did last year. Okay, you can look good all the way in the middle of the season. You can look up good up to the last game of the season, and then when you get to the playoffs, you get dominated.
I'm just old school because I'm old school, and I'm gonna tell you why.
And that's the problem because you're old school. You think a player should call out a coach.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta have structure.
But listen, how many times you played basketball, right? And how many times you played in an organized arena, correct? How many times you went like, yo, why the coach called this?
I never called a coach.
No, I didn't say you called him out. I said how many times it went
you can say
like, this coach called a dumbass play.
Yeah, I mean that's just like if your mother send you to your room, you can get up there and say anything you want when you get out of her presence.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is these players these days is making so much money that they can say it publicly and out loud, and the owners have to respect it because the owners are paying them more than the coach.
They have a false sense of security too, and a false sense of value and worth.
It's not a false sense because your value is what somebody's willing to pay you, and they're getting paid.
Let me ask you this: Let me ask you this. What'd you say, Clay? Right, exactly. How many championships have that mentality?
Listen, we're not talking about because.
That's the object of the game is to win.
Right. Has the Celtics won in the last 2 years? No. Has Milwaukee won? No. Huh?
Yeah.
Who? Milwaukee won in the finals last year.
Are you talking about
Boston won in the finals last year? No, Miami was in the finals last year.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that if I'm an owner of a team and I got an all-star player and a regular coach, I'm getting rid of my regular coach before I'm getting rid of my all-star player. Because I'm gonna tell you, the coach don't make one basket. Well, the all-star player does.
You gotta be careful though. Like that's what I'm saying. As an owner and a general manager, when you start letting your star basketball player be the general manager, then you mess up the chemistry.
Dude, it's been going on for years.
Let me ask you this.
It's just public because of what social media does. No, Jordan even did it.
Yeah, Jordan did it. Magic did it. But I'm just saying, everybody do it, but it's a way you do it.
Listen. We're not talking about because the way you do it has changed. We're just talking about it's being done.
Right.
It's been done.
No. My whole point is these young dudes are more
agree that it should be done.
They are more more outspoken and more disrespectful to the black coaches. And that was my point.
It did get done. Remember Doc Rivers in Philly? I'm just saying they fired him after he went to the conference finals. Doc has always rolled nucleus. Doc, every championship team Doc's been on has always been there before he got there.
Exactly. That's my point.
But the problem is, who are true championship pedigree coaches?
The guys who, all right, Popovich.
But hold up,
Can you imagine?
Listen. Name the last All-Star Popovich had besides Duncan.
But my thing is, it's not about their last All-Star. It's about their legacy and the culture that they established.
Hold up. But we're talking about All-Star players calling out coaches, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Pat Riley even was he was told LeBron James, you can go ahead about your way if you because he's not going to let
LeBron James wasn't a superstar.
No, yes, he was. LeBron was a superstar from high school.
No, he was not a superstar.
Yes, he was.
Man, come on.
What LeBron do as soon as he hit Cleveland, he hit the ground running.
And what did they do? Absolutely nothing. That's why he left.
But LeBron always, as a star ball player, LeBron always had leverage.
Listen, he was always the Charles Barkley until he went to Miami. Oh yeah, I'm good enough to go to the playoffs, but I can't win.
LeBron, from day one when he hit the NBA, he was he hit the ground running. He always had leverage.
Where was he running?
He had leverage.
Leverage where? He didn't.
He did.
If he had leverage, why didn't Cleveland build it around him instead of he leaving the Cleveland?
Cleveland could not attract ball players.
You just said he had leverage.
A leverage on his team. That's what I'm talking about.
A superstar has leverage. Don't leave. They bring superstars to him.
Nobody don't want to play in Cleveland.
Why?
Because
even with LeBron there, nobody still wants to play in Cleveland.
He left.
Kobe was in LA. They was losing.
People want to play in LA. People want to play in Miami. People want to play in New York.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's not about the team, it's about the destination.
Dude,
Los Angeles, people want to play in Los Angeles. They want to play in even though New York been stinking for years. Carmelo even went up there. New York. It don't matter. Ball players will go to New York, but they will not go to Cleveland.
They say LeBron took out that Detroit team in Cleveland.
He did what?
He took them out.
Yeah. LeBron went to work.
He didn't go. They didn't win a championship.
LeBron went to work. He went to work on Detroit.
So did Charles Barkley. So did Karl Malone. They all went to work. Yeah. Everybody went to work.
It was good. Yeah. All right.
Dwayne Wade brought LeBron over. LeBron didn't call Dwayne Wade like, yo, I want to run with a super team. Let me come down.
But
Dwayne Wade facilitated
LeBron only went to Miami because he could not get people to come up there to.
He went to Miami because he knew he could win.
Right.
When the press conference, we're not gonna win one title. Right. We're not gonna win two titles. We're gonna win 3 and more. That was his thing at the press conference before he even stepped foot Miami.
Right.
LeBron.
That's why he went there.
Listen. LeBron is a great player. But those first couple of years that LeBron was playing, LeBron had the same situation that Mike had. Mike didn't start winning championships until they built that team around.
Yeah, but that's not my point.
But I'm going to get to your point. If LeBron was that person, LeBron would have stayed in Cleveland. They would have built around him. Mm-hmm. But he felt as though that they wasn't going to do that. That's why he left Cleveland and went to Miami. Now, when he went back the second time to Cleveland, they had something.
They had Kyrie.
And then they got Kevin Love to run with him.
They had Kyrie.
And then they built that team that LeBron went on. So that's what I'm saying. The organization, it's not the really, to me, like they said, Miami, like you said, they have that coach's mentality where I don't care who you are. The coach is the coach.
The culture, yeah, they got.
Right, they got that culture, but not too many. There's not too many franchises that builds their culture because these franchises figure the all-star players are more valuable than what a coach is. That's why they get paid more than a coach. Yeah. I'm not gonna pay my coach $1 million a year and then have my $25 million a year player upset by the way he's coaching.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think the fact that they find it so easy to disrespect these black coaches that it hurts their legacy? Just like I'm saying, their legacy. Like, all right, so if you are allowed as a ball player to go against Mike Brown for some petty reasons, Mike Brown probably would have I'm thinking he would have 3 championships.
That's a possibility.
And then, all right, so so that's just one thing. Like, I think,
but who does Mike Brown get those 3 championships with?
With LeBron.
But if LeBron not fucking with him, then LeBron leaves.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah,
but he did.
But I'm just saying. But
so who is he getting these championships with?
You getting them with somebody else? Who?
That's what I'm trying to say. the one big part about being coaching that we're overlooking that I think that you're overlooking is the fact that building relationships.
Right.
Okay. That's one of the
Number
main
one.
we thinking about is all about X and
Number
O's.
one.
And most of the time it's not about building relationships with not only your star player, but the one that pays the deepest on the bench too. Because you got to get hustle out of him just as much as you got to get hustle out your star player.
Right.
So if you can't build a relationship with your players,
right,
then you half of your coaching is gone.
I mean, it's all about business and relationships anyway. But I'm just saying, how come the black coaches can't benefit from those relationships?
Because sometimes the black coaches, I don't think it's a black and white thing. I just think it's all coaching. Because Phil Jackson went through the same thing. He went through the same thing his last year in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't his players that didn't want him. It was the GM that didn't want him.
Well, let me say this. Phil Jackson. I mean, you kind of keep making my point. Mike Jordan first got rid of what was his name? Doug Collins.
Right.
Michael Jordan helped Doug Collins
get out the door.
Then they brought in Phil Jackson, and Phil Jackson had to gain the respect and develop a relationship with Michael Jordan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. So how come black ball players can't develop this kind of relationship and this kind of trust with black coaches?
I don't
know what I mean?
I've been thinking about Mike. I can't.
What you say, Clay? Yeah.
That's what we've been,
Well, and I think that black ball players are also being weaponized because you being weaponized. So when you weaponize a person, you allow them to think that they have leverage and control.
Yeah.
All right, hold. So when you allow a person to have leverage and control, then that means that I'm allowing you to do my dirty work for me. That way, if you do my dirty work for me, then it don't look like that I'm being racist, I'm discriminating. It don't, you know what I mean? Because that's your boy, that's your people doing that to you.
Listen, I mean,
but on the other hand, I'm not going to weaponize you against my brother, though. You can't do that against Eric Spoelstra. You know what I mean? You can't do that against Greg Popovich. You can't do that against who else? You can't do that against even Bill Belichick, who running New England. Why? He was there. And you had Tom Brady winning 6 Super Bowls, but who was running things up there?
But see, those organizations, I think that's
just what Clayton said. In winning organizations, you're not gonna have that.
Right.
But we don't.
Culture of those organizations.
Yeah, but I'm saying, all right. So in winning successful organizations, you're not gonna have that. But then we're not allowed to get to the point where we can have those kind of winning organization teams. When you look at Mark Jackson, when Mark Jackson was he was at Golden State. All right, so Mark Jackson developed that team. That was his team that they won 4 championships.
No, it wasn't.
Those 3, the core 3 are always there.
No, they wasn't.
You had Clay.
Clay wasn't there with Mark. Steve Kerr
Clay,
was there with Clay, wasn't it?
Clay. That Mark Jackson put that team together. That's my point. So you had Clay, Steph. Yeah. All right, so just imagine how would you think of Mark Jackson as a coach if he had 4 championships? If they hadn't moved him out of there.
But did he get in championships with him there?
He built the team. That's my point.
No. See, that's what we look at. Okay, he built the team, but as building the team, what did he accomplish by building the team?
They got 4 championships.
No. He wasn't the coach of those 4 championships.
He built the team.
Listen, you can build something. That don't mean you're successful building it. Just because you built it, you still got to steer it. You still got to motivate it. You still got to drive it.
My point is,
the year he left 14, they won it 15.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He built it, but what did he actually build?
He didn't get the opportunity to reap the fruits of his work.
Come on, come on now.
Mark Jackson built that team.
Okay, and he had that team when he was coaching, right? But they didn't do it, right?
He built the team. They went on to win 4 championships.
Right, but my question is, did they win the 4 championships with him?
No.
Well, what did they win with him?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You missing the whole point.
No, I'm not.
You missing the whole point.
The point because when people say, "Okay, he built the team, so the team that they won with is his." No, it's not his. When he had the team, he didn't.
Well, it's not his in the sense that somebody else was able to take it away from him.
Right.
But it's his in the sense that he put it together. It was his brainchild, his brain trust. That's it. That's him.
Listen,
that's Mark Jackson.
I'm gonna tell you the way Golden State is. Mark Jackson may have had some influence in their picks, but he wasn't the last person to decide to make the pick. Okay, so it's an organization that make those picks.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson was, yes, he may have developed the players on the team, but he didn't win.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, Mike, read what Greg say?
Mark Jackson drafted that team. It was Mark Jackson who traded Monte Ellis so Klay Thompson could get his
All
shot.
right, so when that was a big move right there to get rid of Monte Ellis, because Monte was that dude.
Listen, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But he still didn't win.
Yeah.
He still didn't win.
He didn't get that. They didn't give him the opportunity.
Y'all just said he drafted, he built it.
He built that team.
Then that's the opportunity.
Nah. As soon as they say him about to turn that team around, they got him out of there.
Listen.
Did they get him out of there? They got him out of there.
How do you, as soon as you see him about to turn the team around? Explain that statement you just made.
All right.
So that means the team is going bad.
All right. In defense with Mike, I don't think they wanted to give him the credit of it. So
no, they didn't.
Listen.
They got him out of there.
I don't think they wanted him to give him the opportunity to turn the team around.
True.
He had already
give him that opportunity.
Mikey, what was it when Mark Jackson? They was already a winning team. What was their record that year that Mark got out of there? Mark Jackson left there.
It's almost like they used them to me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Put pieces together. All right, we got the pieces now. You out of here. That's what it seemed like to me.
Listen,
what was their record? What's up? Oh, yeah, Mark. I think Mark Jackson. They cheated Mark Jackson out of the opportunity to be like one of the best coaches.
51-31.
51-31. Who gets fired at 51-31?
A lot of people. I guess.
Yeah, all right. That's what I said. Only that kind of stuff happened to people in our community. You got a dude who coached 43 games and then got ran out of town.
Regular season best record that year.
Regular season best record.
And where did it go?
It was
next year they won a championship.
They won a championship.
The next year. Where did it go that year though?
But they were still players that he
listen,
from the
where
year.
did they go that year?
Yeah, you missing the point.
Listen, again, listen, guys, listen. This is professional sport. This ain't high school where you take time.
Mike, say that record again. What was it? 51 and what? 51-21 or
31.
So that means they were the best team in the NBA that year, right?
I don't know about the best.
I mean, no. They had the best record, right?
Best record.
Okay,
yeah.
so you have the best record in the NBA, and how far did they go to in the playoffs? That's what I'm talking about.
6. They were ranked 6.
Results matter. When you play professional ball, results is the key. Nothing else matters. It's results. It's all
to 2014.
It's all about results.
So he was a coach for 3 years. Let me just say this. Yeah, let me just say this. When you like that was unprecedented too. When you have somebody that's just like a football coach winning 12 games and getting fired. Do they do that?
Yeah. Lovie Smith got fired.
What was Lovie Smith record?
And down in Tampa Bay, he was like 10 and
I said 12. I said 12.
Well, I mean, he had a winning record. They went to
Man. Yeah.
And right, and that's what I'm talking about. Teams want to win immediately. Teams don't want to. There's no such thing as rebuilding when you got a great team.
Yeah.
Greg Neal says, I'm a Spurs fan, and if Curry didn't sprain his ankle, he was getting us out of there. And I think they let Mark Jackson go then. So that was the year before he left.
Man, I'm a Mark Jackson fan. I'm not even hating on Steve Kerr. I dig Steve Kerr. I like Steve Kerr.
Steph Curry hurt his ankle that year.
Oh.
And that's why they didn't go to the championship.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, Monte was gone because of Clay.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, it don't matter what. Listen. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No.
Why
gotta pay the homage to Mark Jackson? He's Mark Jackson. He won nothing. He won nothing.
All right, go ahead. Go.
When I say pay homage, because at the end of the day, he was a founder. But
I found what?
He's a part of that foundation.
Listen, hold up. First of all, we're sitting here assuming that Mark Jackson drafted that team. Mark Jackson didn't have no draft power in that team. They had general managers and other people that do that. Let's get it straight. Mark Jackson, he might have said, oh, let's get that player. And they might have said, looked at him and say, oh, he got a good idea. But Mark Jackson does not draft one player. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
The important things about being a founder or whatever organization is about you have to have the correct team. You have to have a plan A, B, and C. I don't feel like he had plan B and C. He had his star players, and they were like back-to-back injured. I remember that. Monte was got injured. Then who else?
Steph Curry got injured.
Clay was injured. You know what I'm saying? And these are
Foundational type.
those are
Yeah.
people that if they were not injured, Mark Jackson would have won those games. So
No. We can't say that. We cannot say that. Come on now. Come on, here we go. If they weren't injured, we'd have won the game. We can't say that because they didn't. We can't.
We can't because when Clay and Curry are not injured, how many games have they won? How many championships have they won?
I'm sorry. When they were injured, how many championships did they lose? Okay, that's my whole point.
Yeah.
We can't say if they was 100%, they would have won. We can't say that it's basketball.
Well,
but
they-
what we can say is this: they lost. Is what we can say.
They
That's
got
the
four
only
they got
factual
four
thing.
rings. They got four
Right.
rings, and I
With
think
who?
Mark Jackson was a big part of that. He laid the foundation.
Listen.
Yeah.
But it just didn't go as planned. But that's not.
Listen, that's like saying Doug Collins has some say in the Jordan's first championships because he was around when they drafted Jordan. No,
But what I'm saying
you
is
got to coach a
That's-
championship team.
what I'm saying is that it's Curry's getting the bank and winning the game. But
Yeah, he was.
They were able to be there and win these games.
That's what happens to coaches.
And the same thing, Clayton, you say like when Phil Jackson was on the staff when Jordan first year, when Doug Collins and Greg Popovich, if you remember, Greg Popovich wasn't even a coach. Remember, Greg Popovich took over that job. Greg Popovich was the
No,
general
can't say
manager.
that.
You remember as in San Antonio, Greg Popovich started out as the general manager. And then Greg Popovich, seeing that they had a roster that he was like, all right, well, let me come down and coach these dudes. Yeah. Huh? All right.
Oh.
All right, yeah, we break it out.
Come on, Curry. Come on. Did
right.
we just saying Curry is raw and they not even at the third in their division right now? Come on.
Yeah. All right. All right.
One.
All right, we get right.
One back to back. One back to back.
All right, hold up, man. Hold up. Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, we could go on all day with this discussion, man. So, yeah, y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Let us know where y'all fall at, man. Do y'all think that these young ball players are being weaponized against these the black coaches? And let me know if you think that LeBron will ever be able to catch up with Michael Jordan.
Or if you think if LeBron has already caught Michael Jordan.
I don't think so, but yeah. With that being said, make sure to like and subscribe, and we appreciate y'all. And make sure y'all tune in next week, man. We probably have this basketball season. We're gonna get heated in here in basketball season.
I don't even watch basketball.
We might need security in here for basketball season.
Watch the Ravens.
Yeah.
but I knew they lost.
Right.
Yeah.
You had the stats too.
Yeah.
I know.
You had to watch them.
All right, Mike. Just get us out of here, Jack.